We are joined by Dawie Tron, the Director of Rugby at Paarl Gymnasium. It's an honor for us to have you here. We've had some amazing interviews and discussions up till now, with some very special people, and obviously your role at school, Dawie, is quite a bit different from just coaching, and especially where you come from. I mean, you've been in the professional game for quite some time, coached in various countries. How does that differ from what you're doing now at Paarl Gymnasium, and what are the main elements that you look after?
Well, thank you for the opportunity to be here. I think you said I coached all over the world and so on. I've been in Japan, and I've been at the SA Under-20s and so on, and so that actually gave you the opportunity to work in a professional environment. And what we are trying to do here is to actually copy something of that. We want to create a high performance environment at school level. So we tell the players that we will try to coach them the best that we can, create opportunities for them, and to teach them as far as we can, help them to become better players. For us, it's very important that every individual is taken care of, and that the person feels that he is important. Because especially at Paarl Gym, we haven't got like 500 rugby players. We got in about 200 from under 19 to under 14 level. And to compete week after week with the likes of Office Grey College and Paul Roos and those guys who's got maybe double that number, we need to look after our players, and I think that is one of the main things that we are doing and trying to achieve at Paarl Gym.
There's other sports as well, although rugby is this weekend's pinnacle, but there's other sports as well. So one quickly forget that there's a handful of boys. There's something different happening down here. And it's really developing the talent that you are actually getting. Peter mentioned that there's a culture from him, from you, coming obviously from the top, and what they want to see when the boy gets to under 19 level. How do you keep your coaches accountable throughout the system to achieve that?
Well, I think there's first of all, you need to work together in a very good way. You know, I think when I joined him, Peter was already there. He already had his blueprint in place. Over the years, I won't say that the blueprint stayed exactly the same, but my job is to really go and help from under 14 level straight through to build on that. To make it easy, I always tell people, if they ask me, but how do you do that? Must the under 14s now play exactly like the under 19s? I think the culture is one of the most important things for us. When you look at the under 14s, guys like John Stemmet, who's very much involved in the wervingsproces, the scouting process, he's really involved there to let the guys know what it is to play for him, how much the jersey is worth for us, and the pride and everything. Every age group will complement what's happening on top, and it's a big task to get the balance right, because there's a big difference, like I said, between under 14 and 15 and 16. The guy can be the best under 16 coach, but he finds it difficult at under 14 level.
Do you send coaches, do you send scouts to certain schools? Obviously you get a lot of people that want to come to the school naturally based on the achievements of what the school stands for. But do you have specific scouts that then go and look for talent and bring them to the school?
John Stemmet is mainly the guy that goes to the junior tournaments and stuff. These days I hear a lot of guys saying, yeah, but you guys are buying players and you going around with a fat checkbook and buying players. I can guarantee you it's not the truth. There's a lot of guys, if you come to the school in the beginning of the end of the year, and the open days where all the kids can come and have a look at the school, and you see the numbers that comes in, then there's a lot of kids that wants to come to the school. And we try to build a brand and environment where the kids can feel safe, where they want to be part of something, and where they feel that they will grow and get better. So 99% of the kids that comes or the players that comes to Paul Gym come and knock on the door and ask if there's opening for them.
And I mean that, like I said, I think that's bred by what you are achieving. Parents aren't stupid. They are actually looking for a school that'll take their child literally under their wing and take what they've got and make them better. Most people are watching schoolboy rugby. Your weekend, for example, has got 25 to 30,000 people. The average spectator URC games for this season was 11,200 people in the stands. How do you keep that going under the pressure that there is on not only this week, but you as a school, being top performers every year, you've got amazing continuity. How do you keep that going?
There's a couple of things that we can touch on when we come to that point, because first of all, some of the teachers at the school has been there for a very long time. They know what the culture of the school is. They know what the traditions are and so on. Paul Viljoen, who came in as the new headmaster, he's a phenomenal guy. So he just took it forward, and I think that is the main thing that every boy in the school knows, that we are here to honor the jersey. You put the school first, and the team that you play for first, and the jersey first, before you play for yourself. And if you can install that in every player, then that pride and that feeling of we are togetherness and we're doing it as a team for something greater. I think that is the whole thing that we want to achieve. And
we can absolutely see that. We've looked at these two teams in absolute awe throughout this year. They've been phenomenal, deservedly number 1 and 2 in the country. There's no two ways about it. This weekend is different though. There's lots of factors that plays a role. It's not just another match. We know that. So what do you think?
I think if it's dry, it will suit us best. I think we play a quick game, a high tempo. I think once our backline gets going and we get quick going forward ball, they're very dangerous. I've got a lot of respect for Boys High's pack of forwards. They got big players, so we need to move them over the park. I really think the guys that can handle the pressure the best, that on the day anything can happen. I mean, it's the small margins. If you think back, you can exactly remember that moments that it could have gone the other way. So I would say the guys that can stay calm and stay cool, disciplined, and take the chances. There's a saying that says, "You wants it more." I think that's the edge.
Yeah. Look, you've got as far as I know, the referee has been announced. As far as I also know, not a very experienced guy when it comes to refereeing these types of matches. How do you feel about the referee appointed for this, and obviously the pressure that he's going to face? I mean,
well, how I feel about referees is a story for another day. No, just joking. But how do I feel about this referee? I think it doesn't really matter. I believe that he will come into this match with the best intentions. As long as some of the other referees and the guys around him just help him to realize that it's a pressure cooker environment. It's actually more difficult than I think it's more difficult than a URC game, because here you've got two fanatical sides, people that really live and die for their schools, and old boys standing close to the field. And if you look at the the guys after the game, old boys, you know, in ecstasy if they win, and if they lose,
In tears.
in tears. You know, there's so much emotion going on. So you've got to be ready for some banter from the side.
Yeah.
And they feel the pressure. And if you can handle the pressure, then it's just another game.
Yeah. Look, Darby, it's been an absolute pleasure to have you. Thank you so much for being so honest about what you guys are doing. And didn't give too much secrets away, but we understand that you can't. And thank you so much for the time that you put in to these boys' lives. I think may the day long continue where you guys do this type of thing and this whole hype is created. And all the best for next year and the continuity that you want to create with us and the role that you play at Gym. It's amazing to have guys of your caliber at schoolboy level developing talent like you are.
I can just maybe, last point, and I speak from my heart when I say that I can't even say what privilege it is to be involved in something like that. Like I said, I've coached overseas, I've coached the SA-20s, I coached Griquas, and to work in this environment creates such a lot of satisfaction. The pride and everything, it's just a massive privilege to be involved.
It is, and like you rightfully said, it is such a massive, massive privilege to be a part of that. And thank you once again.